The conclusion here, I have said this since before, long before this ever broke out between her and Justin Baldoni. Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person.
On Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie, It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence. And was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it.
I know for a fact that the mainstream media will lie and they will smear on behalf of their powerful friend. I believe in due process, which is why I always read the facts of the case before accepting the media narrative.
There's just so much more to this story, and the media's already like self-flagellating. Oh, we were too mean to Blake. And now you see text messages from Blake Lively comparing herself. She's the mother of dragons in Game of Thrones, that she too has her dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
That they were plotting with the New York Times for months to smear him. And there may be some important evidence.
All right, guys. So allegedly, Megyn Kelly just proved that Blake Lively probably bribed a judge. Yes, bribe a judge after her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni was dismissed. Specifically, Joseph Baden's lawsuit of $400 million in defamation and extortion was dismissed by Judge Lightman, I think today or yesterday. So it's pretty crazy, and it's probably because, she did a little backroom deal with the judge. I think so, because, we all saw the evidence. How's that? Not sufficient evidence, you know what I mean?
So in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, he accuses Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively of colluding with the New York Times. Do you guys remember what the article was actually entitled that they actually released on We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine?
But let's be honest, this isn't just about Blake and Justin anymore. It's about how far someone will go to rewrite their own narrative. Because this isn't just a celebrity feud, it's turning into a public trial by fire. And right in the middle of all of it, we got Megyn and Kelly out here dropping some receipts. So you know how we got here. Let's rewind a bit, track every dirty move, and let's see, what got us to this crazy, point. So on December 20th, 2024, that's when everything began. Blake Lively officially filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Justin Baldoni of crossing major professional boundaries during filming. And the allegations were hostile work environment and unwanted intimacy. Improvised scenes that pushed the line of repeated physical contact without consent, and the big one, her personal and emotional space being invaded. And she didn't stop there. Just 11 days later, after that, on New Year's Eve, Lively filed a federal lawsuit. She wasn't just making noise, she was out there going for blood, boy. And then finally, she detailed what she described as harassment, psychological trauma, and retaliation.
From Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch, regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, when I just recognized that they are up on their high horses and that they potentially treat people very bad.
Now suddenly what looked like a celebrity partnership on screen turned into an all-out league of war, And the movie did great, which is amazing too to think about. But just so badly didn't, stop there. He fired back with a lawsuit. That was even worse, on January 16th, 2025 of this year, but only hit Lively with a $400 million countersuit. But he didn't just target her. He dragged in Ryan Reynolds and Lively's publicist, accusing them all of defamation, extortion, and privacy violation. The currency was pretty crazy, and it was alleged Lively was orchestrating a media ambush, weaponizing the press and trying to ruin reputations with carefully timed leaks and twisted facts. That's when the story went from a workplace dispute to a full-blown Hollywood showdown, baby. And Megyn Kelly didn't just jump into the ring. She bulldozed her way in here on her show. She locked her sights on Blake Lively and didn't flinch, calling her a serial fraudster and a manipulator and all that stuff. And, I'll probably show some clips of Kelly talking about this stuff here.
Okay, and that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any. Okay?
And Kelly also accused Lively of hijacking a narrative. She pointed out that Megyn Kelly, that Blake Lively allegedly doctored communications behind the scenes, control tactics, and what she described as Lively's obsession with reshaping public perception. But what's even crazier than that is Kelly suggested Lively's entire lawsuit wasn't just a smokescreen, or was just a smokescreen, a brand play, a PR chess move to deflect from a failed film, a fractured reputation and internal chaos. And Kelly didn't stop at the court case. She dug into Livy's past, her failed lifestyle brand, her icy red carpet demeanor. She compared her to Amber Heard, not because of the same allegations, but because of this alleged strategy to control the press, weaponize sympathy, and flip the narrative, and in Kelly's words, it was textbook manipulation. I think Kelly knew exactly what she was doing. She wasn't just tearing Lively down. She was building a foundation, one rumor, one accusation at a time, until the public didn't see Lively as a victim at all. They saw her as a schemer. And once that image set in, the next twist was, inevitable.
Not seen a case so open and shut in my life. And the more that I read and the more details that I get into, I'm just shocked at how many lies were told, okay?
It wasn't just another red carpet, moment tea. The Time Gala was supposed to be a celebration of global influence and cultural impact. But this year, they showcased Lively as being one of the top 100 influential persons in the world. Also during that event, Megyn Kelly was there, and with Blake Lively were standing like a few feet from each other, which was crazy. And Kelly tore into Lively's inclusion on the list before the night even ended on her show. She mocked it as a ridiculous joke, questioning what Lively had actually done to deserve the title of an influential figure. And then she dropped a real bomb. Kelly accused Lively of weaponizing the Me Too movement for clout, calling her legal campaign faked and scripted. Her exact words were that Lively had no influence and was using the justice system as a publicity engine. But here's what made it nuclear. It wasn't said in the studio. It happened while both women were walking the same carpet. Yeah, there was an interview where Megyn Kelly was saying all this stuff. And Megyn Kelly didn't just disagree. She basically hijacked the optics of a major global platform to undermine Lively's entire credibility. And right after that moment, just hours after the gala, the bribery rumor exploded. It wasn't just about Lively being a manipulator anymore. It became about something darker, more dangerous, more permanent. People started whispering. And basically, the shift of that was pretty crazy. It was immediate, really. Why? One day, Kelly is calling her a fraud. The next influencers and bloggers are suddenly posting headlines like, Megyn and Kelly uncover bribe scandal in Blake Live the court case, which is crazy. So now let's talk about the reality. No evidence was ever released, no court filings, no judicial statements, no mention of any alleged bribery in public records, not a single document confirmed the claim. But, why would it be confirmed, right? Why would that even be like something? Because then the judge will be implemented and all that stuff. So I'm sure no one will really be saying that out loud. But if court documents are legal or, straight tea, nothing's really going on. So okay, how do we even know this is true or not? But I think, possibly it could be just because we know how Hollywood works. Like all the same judges. It's the same, judges, the same lawyers as Amber Heard. All these people know each other. It's all a game, really. No. And we've heard from Justin Baldoni's lawyer that he doesn't go to court. He just likes to be this in this arena. He just likes to do that. So we know all this stuff. So we know that these people play with each other. They know each other. At the end of the day, it's probably more of how for us than anything, I think. And yeah, so I think it's pretty crazy what's going on here. And rumor didn't just come out of nowhere. It came, someone made this up, or put this out there. And it could be Justin Baldoni's team. It could be, Megyn Kelly's team out here just trying to, help out Justin Baldoni, So I don't know exactly what's going on here, but definitely is going to, destroy Blake Lively's career. Because, even though this is true or not, this destroys her credibility, but probably not in court. But, definitely Blake Arena. In interviews, on red carpets, and in every studio boardroom where executives can now wonder, can we afford to be associated with her? And I think Megyn Kelly knew this. She didn't just prove it. Apologies for that. I'm not sure if you heard my dog in the background, but yeah. Anyways, and I think Megyn Kelly knew all this stuff. I think she didn't need the proof. She just wanted momentum. And I know we know Megyn Kelly, and the lawyer of Baldoni, Megyn Kelly, has Boney's lawyer on retainer. Sorry that took a minute to get out, but he has her on retainer. So, are they working together? I don't know. But even if the judge never comments on it, even if Kelly walks it back, even if no evidence ever emerges, Lively still loses because when your image is your currency, even the illusion of a scandal can bake up. You know your future. So where do things stand now? According to the current docket, the federal travel between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is tentatively scheduled for March 9th, 2026.6. That means both sides have months of legal jousting ahead, add motions to deposition subpoenas and maybe even settlement talks. But as of now, they're both locked in. Blake Lively has already filed to dismiss Baldwin's $400 million countersuit, which has been approved as now. We're just waiting to see if Baldoni is going to, fight that back, because if he does nothing as of now, then it's just really the court date of March 26th, I think March 9th, for next year. And just going to be the Blake Lively claims of her saying that, Baldoni, I harassed her and all this good stuff. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a crazy year for sure, I think. Nothing has. We haven't seen the best parts yet. I think this is going to get crazier. So this claim that Kelly is allegedly saying that Judge has been bribed is crazy. We currently don't have any evidence for that, but to say it's possible a lie, I think it's definitely possible because we know how these circles work here. There's definitely hey, the lawyer saying something like, hey, dude, Ike, I have this real estate deal coming up. You want in? We know how that works. I'm from Vegas. I know how that works over there. I started a business over there too, so I know how it works over there. You lawyer, so it's crazy out here. So, we'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. I think it's gonna get even worse and even crazier, and every time there's a new update, I'll make sure to give you guys a video and get you guys updated on what's going on, because I think this only started. So I'll see you guys on the next one.